Hey, Cassie, welcome to the Gig Life. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am great. Everyone who is watching, this is Cassie Leonard, and she is a hairstylist, and I believe you're a specialist too at the artistry, right?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. And tell us where that's at. Is that in Southeast, Southwest Florida?
It's in Central Florida in Plant City.
Very cool. So, how long have you been a hairstylist?
I went to school for it. I started about 5 years ago. And
Wow.
then in this past year, I've started working in a salon actually. So
How do you like it?
I love it. I kick myself that I haven't done it sooner.
Really? Well, I mean, your hair, I'm looking at it right now. Don't look at mine, but I wish that you had done my hair today.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure. So, what is one thing that you absolutely love about your gig?
I love it because I genuinely enjoy making people feel good about themselves or helping them in that process. But it's also the fact that I get to play basically all day. It's nice. Like I'm not fit for like a 9 to 5 gig, you know. It doesn't work for me. So it's nice that I get a job where my creative outlet is also my job, you know.
I feel that. I feel that. And creative people, we're definitely not a 9 to 5 type of folk.
No,
So,
no, I've worked at call centers and stuff like that, and I was miserable the whole time. Like, and I don't like those kind of environments. So it's nice to work somewhere that I'm like, okay, I get to go to work and I get to play with people's hair, you know.
well, my hat's off to those who can do that long term. Drives me nuts.
Yeah, seriously.
And, with every gig, and there's always good and there's bad. What are some challenges that you face as a hairstylist that maybe you don't dig so much about the gig?
Honestly, if there's like a dislike I have, it's the getting started period to where a lot of it is just kind of sitting and waiting. It's trying to make something happen for yourself. It's a lot of self-promoting, which I enjoy that aspect of it, but you're kind of it's a slow process in the beginning, but then eventually you start to see you have regulars on your books every week and you're not spending every single day sitting around. You're actually it's spread out a little bit more. So, you take the good with the bad.
True. How did you get started?
Um,
How did you market?
as far as I did a lot of Instagram. I still do. I enjoy that. I want to get more into like videos and stuff like that because that would be so much fun. But it's all in due time. But I do a lot of. I've had so many people actually from Instagram hit me up just from my page, and I go on and I kind of follow the areas near or like the businesses nearby, and from that I've gotten a lot of people that way. Um, a lot of things or another thing is I kind of keep my hair in a way that says like, oh, mention her hair. And so at that point I go, oh yeah, here, I do hair. It's an odd thing, but having that kind of that little thing that sets you apart, it makes a difference. I've gotten a few people
Oh,
that
it
way.
does. Everyone has to have a niche
Exactly.
or a niche,
Exactly.
however they say it.
Whatever
Um,
it is.
I feel that. That's great. So if you had one piece of advice that you would give other entrepreneurs who are trying to get started as a hairstylist, whether independent or working somewhere or renting a booth or anything like that, what would you tell them to do?
Say yes as often as possible. You know, the the worst thing you can do is cut your nose off to spite your face, basically.
Right.
you know. So if you're terrified of doing men's cuts and a men's cut walks in, do it. At least at that point, you know that you're not, or you know what not to do at that point, you know. And
Right.
then you find things that you're like, oh, okay. Sometimes you try things that are completely off center from what you expected, especially when you're in school, because you're getting your hands on a lot of different things. Try it, see, and that might be the thing that takes off. My one friend, she loved doing hair while we were in school. She does lashes now. She did it one time while we were in school and she fell in love with it.
Does that
So,
happen a lot?
oh
Do
yeah,
people
absolutely.
starting in hair expand to like lashes and brows often?
I don't know if it's very often, but it definitely happens. Like when you're in school, you're kind of getting dipped into every aspect of the beauty industry. We did nails, which I hate. I will never do nails. Um, Ugh, no. And it's not even because like people's feet are gross or anything like that. It's just it's so people are right there at it, and I'm like I refuse to do that. But like we do nails, we do facials, we do waxing, we do lashes, everything that there is in the beauty industry, we kind of dip our toes into. And I have a couple friends who went solely nails after going Cosmo. They went solely, facials and stuff like that. So definitely worth it to try a bunch of different things and see what you like.
Oh, that's great advice. That is awesome. I know a lot of entrepreneurs watching this are definitely going to dig that advice. I personally have friends who are either in school or they just graduated from school for cosmetology and hair. So they're going to see this
And
video.
to add some variety to your career, you don't have to be doing hair Monday through Saturday. You can be doing hair a couple of days, and then you can be doing something else a couple of other days. It breaks up the monotony of what people tend to kind of box themselves into.
Sure. And so I have to ask, what exactly is your niche? Is it the red hair? Do people recognize the red hair?
Yeah. Honestly, when I was in school, I was platinum, and so I got a lot of blonde clients that way. And blonde clients are money, and so I've been like, there's a small part of me that's like, go blonde again, but I can't give up the red. It's like it's my identity at this point. So I just go the full spectrum when I want change.
So you guys heard that. Blonde clients are the money.
Yes, exactly. If somebody comes in asking for a full highlight, you do the full highlight. It's worth it.
So
painful, but it's worth it.
What is the most, and like this is just a personal question asking, but like what is the hardest hairstyle or like hair gig to do that you've had to date? Was it like a crazy updo or was it?
Honestly, I don't think it really has to do with the hair, to be honest with you. The most challenging thing to learn in hair school was probably a men's cut. That's because there's little room for error. But the most complicated things are the clients who can't decide what they want. Who, as throughout your consultation, they've gone the entire spectrum of oh, I really like, I love blonde, but I've been wanting to go dark lately, and all this kind of stuff. And you're just trying to pinpoint exactly what they want, and then you're at the end of the consultation going, I guess I'm just doing my own thing here.
No.
I've had that more than I can, like, probably more than regular clients. Like,
what? Yeah, I would be like, no, you have to leave. No, just kidding.
There's definitely indecisive clients, and you just kind of have to. I've learned the art of tweaking your questions to kind of go, okay, this is what they want, and I honestly have had a great track record of kind of peeking between the lines of what they're wanting, what they're saying they're wanting, and going like, okay, I'm hearing these things, so I'm doing this, and they end up loving it. So.
Well, how did you learn how to charge? I think that's one of the biggest questions that is in the industry right now is, okay, I'm just getting started. I have no idea what to charge people. I mean, if you're a beginner, obviously you want to build your portfolio, but once you got really good, did you just research it or?
Honestly, yeah, that is something that I still kind of tweak with, honestly, because I base it off of not only the products that I'm using, because lightener, bleach is an expensive product to use. So if I'm doing that plus 3 hours of work, which, I mean, because those aren't easy jobs to do because it's very intricate work. So when I'm doing that amount of work, I am going to charge extra because it's you're kind of weighing out the product, because the products themselves, like, they do get expensive, especially your tools. So you have to weigh that into effect as well, or into the equation as well. But I think I base it more off of how much effort I'm putting into it, because I'm not going to pay myself $15 an hour when I have when I know that I'm putting a lot of effort in and I'm the one making my own prices.
Right.
Definitely charge what you're worth, because, and this is something that a lot of people need to hear, is that if you're not charging what you're worth, you're harming the industry as a whole, because you're pushing people to the margins to where they're having to go for discount things, and you're not allowing the people who are really good at what they do, who do put that effort in, to charge what they're worth, because they can't afford to keep clients that way.
Right.
So it's you have to charge that, otherwise it's because it's like tattooing. Nobody, if everybody could do it themselves, they'd do it at home. They wouldn't come to us. And so it's not, trust me when I say foiling yourself is not an easy thing to do. I've done it before. I don't like doing that. But yeah, so definitely charge what you're worth.
Yeah, that's excellent advice. I think, especially on the social agency side, I face the same thing. It's like, what are the competition? It's true. If you're not charging what the rest of us know we are worth, you are harming the industry. You are harming your competitors, and like nobody wants to like harm one another, or if they do, then that's terrible. But
yeah, but you want to promote your industry, and you want to be able to, because if you truly believe in it, you need to feed into it. You need to give it life in a way that's not going to completely deplete it. So,
right. And you don't want to finish a job. I just can't stand it. When I was first getting started, I would do something like I would so undercharging for like wedding DJing, and then at the end of the night, I was like, this was awful. I didn't enjoy this because now I feel like I didn't get what I deserved out of this transaction.
Absolutely. And you know all the money that you put into it, you know all of the effort that you put into it, and then when you're walking away feeling dissatisfied because you're not being compensated, because you aren't compensating yourself, because you know that if you put that if you said I charge this much, which is more than what you feel is they're comfortable with, because it's ourselves who go, let me, I don't want to seem too pushy, so let me just kind of offer them this, and that way they'll be happier, and that's when you're running your own business, and that's what we're all doing. You have to commit to the idea. There's a saying in Hawaii, you shame, you starve. And that's basically, if you're too ashamed to ask for something, nobody's offering it,
I love that.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I think about it every day. I write it on things. Like, you can't be afraid of self-promotion. You can't be afraid of asking for, the money for the quality of that you're providing. I think part of it is that we feel like we're not providing the quality of our competitors, and that's us looking at ourselves going, oh crap, I don't feel like I'm at that level. But you have to commit to yourself. You have to believe in yourself.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Cassie, for joining us on Beauty Life.
It was good talking to you.
You too. And how can our fans get in touch?
I am on Instagram at that hair honey.
Oh.
Yes, and I work at the Artistry in Plant City. So if you ever need to call up there, definitely look us up. I'm not sure if they're comfortable. I mean, they would be, I'm sure, with me giving the number out. But it's 813-717-7700. That's the number. Ask for Cassie.
Perfect. Thank you, and have a fantastic evening, my love. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, bye.
Bye.